Hello guys, hey, it's Dale. Cooper! Hang on. We gotta start over. Hello guys, hey, it's Dale Walker again, working on the flying brick ZH2 Mr.Grey. So this is part, 7. So, on the last video you saw me assemble the back end here, and I threaded the stock chain on, kind of snug, holding on the other end. It looks like the chain's in pretty good alignment. That's what I thought from the beginning with the spacing, stock spacer over here. But I'll have to get the real chain on and double check the alignment and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing today. I've got a EK heavy duty 525 replacement chain, 150 links. It is an O-ring, so it's still got the O-rings and resistance and all that. I don't care. It's just what's going to work. I'm going to leave the stock gearing because a couple of my videos back I mentioned on the dyno in 5th gear at redline, when it taps the rev limit, it can go 164 miles an hour. So I'm sure I'm not going to get that 164. Especially our track, I hear, is going to an 1/8 mile now. So we'll see if they do some testing at quarter, I hope. Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, so what we're going to do first is we're going to thread the chain through, and I'm going to move the wheel up approximately where I think I want to start. Maybe right now it's buried all the way in the back of the adjusters here, and I got about 66 inches wheelbase, center to center on both axles, the best I can measure it by eye. So yeah, let's get started. I'll pull the wheel up to approximately probably an inch at least. Probably have the adjuster line is past the last one about, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch. I'll probably bring it up to about here. Okay, three marks. And it's going to just dictate what link we can hit to get the chain together, and if I still have an adjustment pulling it back, because what I'll do is I'll put it on the dyno and I'm all done in a couple weeks with the brake line and all back together, and I'll run it easy on the dyno to break in the chain so I don't create a tight spot. So that's another good thing about a dyno. I don't have to go run the crap out of it, on the street, whatever. So, okay, shut the camera off real quick in just a second here. I'll show you how I thread it through. Okay guys, so I've got the wheel adjusted up about an inch. The adjuster here is about an inch forward. The link is about 3/4, maybe a little more. So anyway, I'm going to see how it falls where I have it right now. Okay, so I got the chain set up, my old chain, drooping down here where it won't fall off, kind of balanced. There's enough weight here where that's not pulling through in the front. I got the new chain laid out like this. My floor's all swept. Don't worry, it's on the floor. It's so long, so it's not going to fall off my bench. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put grease on the link I already ground off and pulled out, and I'll stick it in the chain, get them together, and then I'll pull it through this way. And I'm not wearing gloves because I don't want to. I want to feel what I'm doing. Okay, let me, yeah, it's not perfectly straight, but it's on the number. And I can hand snug it. Let me barely snug up let me snug the axle up, be right back. Okay, I'm going to put some white grease on the link. It's going to have a little load on it, so I don't expect it to slide out, but I don't want it to, so there we go. Alright, we're just going to see how all this works. That's how I usually do it. Of course, this end has a burr on it. Okay, it's together. The chain's big enough, the sprocket's big enough where the stock chain's not going to climb off. It shouldn't just pull me turning the wheel. I'll leave it on the sprocket most of the way. That way, I don't have to worry about it jumping a tooth with the weight of the other chain. And here it comes. Okay, get this chain down all the way down here so nothing can fall apart. Go ahead and unlink it. Okay. Now we can just lay the old chain right there and take a look. So yeah, at least like, man, it used a lot of that 150, didn't it? So at least I got that many links left over, just barely pulling on it. Looks about like 3. So let me determine more what we're going to do here, and then I'll make a decision of where I'm going to cut the chain, and we'll do that. Okay guys, so I've moved the wheel around in a few spots. I want to get as much wheelbase as I can. I rolled it through, I got it on the sprocket here. We're taking out basically 4 links, so it's still a 146 link chain. And that's lucky I got 150. Anyway, so if I can pull the wheel back, cut it this length, and the chain gets tight. But will I run out of adjustment once I break it in on the dyno? See here? I may or may not. But hey, you can't put back, you can always take off. So I know I can adjust it snug how it is. So I've marked the link right here with the silver stripe on it. See that, Kurt? So that's the link we're taking out. So I got to grind these 2 pins, and then we're going to shut the camera off. I got to roll it under here and somehow kind of hold it together so I can break it with the chain breaker, because the chain breaker's got to get a bite on it. Okay, and anyway, we'll grind it first and go from there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use my same Makita grinder. If you didn't see my last part 6, I think, watch it. Yeah, you should buy one of these. They're about 130 bucks at Lowe's or Home Depot. And that's the part number right there, GD0603. They're great. 1/4 inch collet. Got about a 2.5 inch disc, grinding disc, 1/8 inch wide. So you just got to be real gentle. This isn't in a great location for me to be comfortable. I don't really want to nick the other links because I want to use them, but it is what it is, and this is what we're going to do. You have to be comfortable. I got it against my tummy down here, and I got my hand here. Very even and light stroke. Don't hit your shield. Okay, I'm going to stop there because, man, I don't want to hit the part of the chain I'm still using here. So I went flush with the pin, and then I went also in the surface of the plate. It's got a divot in it, so it's beyond flush. That's what you want. So let me get set up and we'll cut the chain. All right, I got it rolled around. I got 3 tie downs, little nylon ties around the thing. I think it should hold. That way I don't have to take it off, lay it on a bench, blah, blah, blah. We'll see how it goes. I got it ground properly. I've got my heavy duty chain breaker I showed you in the last video. And guess what that is? You want to make sure. This one's made in England. You can go and look at this now, Kurt. This one's made in England. I had it for years. Get one like this, heavy duty. Made in England, and guess what the model is? King Dick. So that's what you need. You need a King Dick to do this job. Remember that. I don't know why they gave it to me, but I'm doing the job. So anyway, yeah, so let's get going here. What we're going to do is I'm going to get the link to a certain point right here if nothing drops apart on me. So, yeah, I can't pull it up all the way. I don't want to scratch my, yep, there it goes, see? Dang it. See how I'm doing here. Not good enough. Got the bike too low. I'm in the wrong spot. That's pretty good. I'll come back. It's a pretty tough chain. You make sure you get the button. It kind of self-centers because the tool is made to fit on the roller. There, I can tell that one's all the way home. I can tell. The other one I need to do a little bit more. Yeah, just a little. Because the tool will go in and push the link out from the plate, and then you can feel the tool bottom. Okay, I think this one still needs to go just a hair, maybe a half turn. Yeah, there you go, like that. Okay. Yeah, see that there? Now you can see how far the link's pushed in past the plate. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back up here and get it back on the let me get it reset again. I'll be right back. Okay, I got the chain reset up here. I got the link ready. I got 2 tie wraps around right here too, so it'll just fall down, but that way it won't fall apart, or it shouldn't anyway. I got my same exact punch that is perfect. Got a little play, but pretty close to the pin of the link. Got my short little hammer with a little bit of weight to it. So let's see how this goes. It's pretty strong still. Yep, see? Yeah, this is a much tougher chain than the stock one. So, okay, so let me see if we can get any more out of the pin or another extracting tool that I got to push this through a little bit more before. I don't want to beat on it too hard. That's not a good thing. So let me figure that out and address that, and we'll see what other tool I got to use to press that apart. Okay, I don't have an exact 525 fitting breaker. So I've got my old Honda tool. It's actually for a 530, but it actually has a trough the chain lays in. So instead of grinding all the way down flush more, I've got the chain backed up over here. And I'm going to just press the whole pin out a little bit, just beyond the link of the chain, okay? Out of here and here. So I've already done this one quite a bit, and see, that's where the trough would be. So it's supporting the back plate. And you can barely see the pin coming out. I think that's enough. So let's, I'll do the other one and I'll show you what I did here. I'll show you the tool. See right here? This has all attachments to stake a pin, stake up the ends, like an X. So we'll see here if that's enough. I might have to go a little more, but see what I did? Sliding it up here. I'm still backing the plate so I don't wreck the rest of the chain. And I got a nice long tip that fits inside. Okay, so it's only pushing on the pin right now. All right. And that pin is not arguing with this tool. Okay. Now let's see. There you go. Well, there's one side. That's it. So it did the job. So that's all I had to do. Sometimes when you don't have the exact tool, you got to get creative. So there we go. So let me clean up the mess, and we'll see how the length is. We'll put the link in, and then we'll see what the adjustment's like. All right. So I got the new Master Link with the 2 holes in the end, 2 brand new O-rings, white lithium grease on both sides, no O-rings anywhere but on here so far. So let's roll this around, it's falling off, hopefully. I may have to squeeze it together with pliers though, unfortunately. Yep. And where are they? They're over there out of my reach, Kurt. Can you grab those for me? Long needle this. This should work. Otherwise, I'll loosen it up a little bit. Sorry for the shaky cam. We got to do what you got to do, right? There we go. Okay, so we got that much play, and I got that much adjustment. So, just for the heck of it, I'll show you. I'll show you when I back off the axle nut just by hand. I just have it lightly snugged. See, and watch the chain now. Is this side moving, Kurt? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so see. So let me find the proper tools now to see if I can, I'll put the link on and peen the ends over. Be back. All right, so I got the chain broke, and then I used my Motion Pro, smaller Motion Pro chain breaker. See the part number there? 080058. Anyway, this is, I bought that a long time ago, but maybe they still make them. This does have the proper backing plate, so the pins won't push out. This is just to push the, I got it started, here I marked it now. I always get it started with a pair of channel locks. Put tape on my channel locks, open them up, so I can see what I'm doing, and I just wiggle and I do it hard. Just get it started, so it started on the pins. I greased everything good. And then they have a receiver, the other part of the Motion Pro tools, this. I double checked with the Master Link off first that it does match these and would slide in. It's still a pain. This wants to turn on you, but it's a matter of putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. I had the chain down here doing it, and you know, I got it where I could finally hold it properly, and they were coming through, and then I got the other one started. And then what I did was I unwound this thing all the way, to make sure it was on the pins, okay? I did it all the way. I put this on in here, and then I fed it on here, okay? And I got it on the pin, see? Even here it'll hold on these, and it was on. And then I pressed it together, and don't go too far. If you go too far, you're going to start squishing the O-rings out, and then it's going to be kinked up. So you want to take it apart after every time you kind of reef on it, check it. And the key is you can kind of clean out with your fingernail here and kind of eyeball the distance you got and make sure you're not squishing the O-ring out. So if you see right here how far the pin's sticking out from the plate, that's enough. You go a little too far, then you got to start beating on these and to try to push the whole link out, and what may happen is the pin may come out and not move with the link, and you're screwed, and you have to start over, get another master link. So this is still nice and free, as much as the O-ring chain is, and they appear to be about the same, you know, distance, and these are definitely out far enough if I use the right tool to try to peen them. So right now I adjusted the chain. I checked my marks. FTD did really good on their markings. You know, just eyeballing it. They're in the same spot on each side. And then what did I do? I just used a reference mark just for the hell of it to check from these swing arm spools. And they're dead nuts on, just old race bike style, on the center, to the center of the bolt, 13 1/4. That's close enough for race bike. So these are good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and torque the, I've got the nut already reefed down with my big ratchet I can extend. But I'm going to go ahead and torque it. I've got the adjusting bolts snug against the, already snug, but they're not locked down with the lock nuts. So I'm going, believe it or not, these things are torqued to like 93 foot-pounds or some ridiculous amount. So I'll just go to 90. I forget what this is in metric, but I like using my American 1 1/4. What fits it perfect, and it's a 6-point. Nice to use a 6-point. Never round the ends. I already held it forward and tightened it. That's 90. That's plenty, trust me. So, yeah. So now what we want to do is go ahead and, I think I put my other wrench away. Let me grab my other wrench. Won't take long. Yeah, we don't have the cotter pin lined up, but 90 foot-pounds, you think you need a cotter pin, for God's sakes? I'm just going to lightly snug that for now. Yeah, so see, you want to come out here after you torque it and give it a little bit. See, I still got this much play in it, okay? And who knows, when I sit on it, not that I'm that heavy, but when I sit on it and get it on the ground, and then I adjust the ride height a little bit, we'll see how it comes out. So, but yeah, I'm happy with that. And if you watch the chain here from the back, we got nice smooth alignment. The chain is not trying to jump off the edge of the sprocket. You can tell the teeth are centered. Still got wiggle room. So this distance from all the way back using the stock spacer seems to be dead on money. Mine was always tight, the wheel. So as you move it out, it makes it worse when I tighten these down. So what I had to do is I had to massage this. I already showed you, but I massaged a little bit on here, and then I said, whoa, 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 Dale. I don't want to get the caliper out of alignment on the rotor. You know, too much. It can be a little because it's going to float, right? So I only cleaned this up edge just a little bit, and I worked on this edge. It's still a little snug, but it goes together. I'm going to try that. If I need to still take a little more off in real world, pulling it apart, putting it together, and it's fighting me, I'll take a little bit more off this outside edge of the bracket for the caliper. I mean, for the caliper. So this is torque. Those are snug. I'm happy with this. Really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to get one of my tools and try to peen this edge over both pins. So let me get set up, clean this mess, and start over. Okay, I'll show you the tool here. So there's only one peening end. That's it right there. See the little tip? So that's going to go in the hole and just peen it over just enough. But I found this thing before I could barely make it do its thing. So this little spring goes on here first, goes down in the tool, then I got the other end that threads in. Okay, and then it starts pushing the tool out. Then you got the same tool here, the backup plate that goes on the back, keeps the pins from pushing out. See the little slot in it? So that's how that works. But let's see if this even works and will line up. I had trouble with this before. Okay, shut it off. Okay, I'm cutting in right here. It might be abrupt. So here's the tool, how I have to do it. The same backing plate. If you look over here, it's centered just on one pin. I want to do these two. But it's backed up this plate and this side in that groove. And then I don't want this against the plate here. I want the little nub just sticking out so I see what I'm doing. So now we're going to try to just mushroom that over, and we see if this tool is strong enough to actually do that. So let me do that, and then I'll show you after I'm done. All right, I already did this one pin, and it seemed to work fine. It did spread it open and mushroom it somewhat, and bottomed in the little tip. So I got everything set up. I'll just show you the next one here. Pretty much, you get it set up. I wanted to keep this away from this. I got it backed up with the other plate so it's not pushing the pin out. But I want to keep this away just so I can see what's going on. But I pretty much went until you can tell when it bottoms, like, right there. It's only going to mushroom it so much, and then it's going to hit on the shoulder of the tip, okay? Okay, so if you look at those, you can tell they're mushroomed out. Yeah, they're on there. And, you know there's no side load, okay? But I measured them with the caliper, and they're about a millimeter, 3/4 of a millimeter bigger when this one wasn't done to this one. And, you see here, I already did this, but see, they're not, no O-rings are squishing out. They both still, I adjusted the chain now, see that, but they both still move fine. So, yeah, I think that's totally safe. So, again, if you look at the tool, see the tip there? It only is going to mushroom it so much, and then it's going to bottom on that little ridge on the end of the tip right there. So that's where I'm at, and that's what it did. And actually did a pretty damn good job. Let's spin it around, make sure it's all okay. Put a silver mark on my link, as you can see. That's beautiful. There we go. Okay guys, I think that wraps it up for now. Mainly it was just getting the chain on here, checking the wheel alignment, try to cut the thing without ruining anything. As many links, getting as much as I can out of the wheelbase and so on. So yeah, it looks to me like I'm probably going to have, we'll see. All the way back about 66 1/8 or so. We'll see what happens. But so yeah, so then I'm going to end this video. The next one will be probably pulling the whole bike pulled down to put the rear brake line on. And so that's it. So till next time, I appreciate it. If you like this kind of stuff, listen to me ramble. Please comment below, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and all that good stuff, okay? Love you guys. Take care, ride safe. See you next time.